That's a great question. And the books that I love in YA literature are kind of a good answer to that. One of the books that didn't make it onto the list that was just published this last winter was Christine Cohen's The Winter King, uh,
Hmm.
which is just a lovely, lovely book. And one of the striking things about it for me reading that was how it is an answer to a lot of the things in a book like The Hunger Games. Because the protagonists are the same age, they have a lot of the same dilemmas, a lot of the same tensions. They're both trying to save their families from starvation. They're both trying to expose a corrupt system. But where Hunger Games does it basically by having Katniss become part of the system in order to expose the system, which doesn't really work on a metaphysical level. The protagonist in The Winter King, Cora, is able to expose the system for what it is and also realize what the system ought to be. She's able to recognize the corruption and then is able to see when it's presented to her. She doesn't throw out the entire thing. She, instead of inciting rebellion and a whole bloodbath, she's able to say, okay, this was false religion, but over here I can see what the true religion is supposed to be. And she's able to set in the place of the false religion without all of the angst and the horror that Katniss has to go through in the Hunger Games. So in spite of the similarity between the books, The Winter King is a much more wholesome answer to that. So I would tell your daughter, find the books that really are lovely and worthwhile in the category, I guess. They do exist.
Yes.
They're hard, and I think it's hard to find because the authors themselves have to push against so much of what the publishers are trying to get them to do with their series.
Right.
It's just hard for an author, a Christian author especially, to get a Christian story told and have it remain intact by the time it gets through the publishing process.
Right.
They are out there. So Madeline L'Engle is great. Andrew Peterson, Nate Wilson, Megan Whalen Turner, and there are others. If a young adult has the discernment, has been trained to kind of lean against that shaping that we've been talking about, there are other books that are worth reading as long as you can identify where they're trying to push you and say, I don't want to go there. I can appreciate like the craft of this, or I can appreciate the plot, or I can appreciate how well done this was, even if I don't want to go to the destination where it's trying to take me.